Hello everyone, my name is Rithi Sarvaiya. I am a student of the Department of English at Maharaja Krishna Kumar Seji Bhavnagar University. Today I am presenting a video essay on the topic of non-linear narrative in film Maharaja. This presentation is prepared as a part of my film studies course based on the worksheet that provided by our faculty. In this presentation, I will explain how Maharaja film uses a non-linear narrative structure and how cinematic technique such as editing, sound, design, cinematography and mice and scene make the suspenseful storytelling engaging and emotionally powerful. So now let's us begin.
This presentation we will understand Maharaja film considered examples of non-linear storytelling in recent Indian cinema. The main objective of this presentation is to understand how a form of a film influences its meaning. In film studies, form is not just about what a film shows, but also about how it presents the story. This presentation compares linear and non-linear narrative structures and explains why the director chooses a fragmented timeline instead of a chronological one. It also identifies important cinematic techniques such as editing, cinematography, sound design and visual composition. These techniques are not used only for visual beauty. They guide audience, control emotions, create suspense and help reveal important information at the right moment. Therefore, the form of Maharaja film becomes an essential part of its storytelling. Next is non-linear narrative. A non-linear narrative is a storytelling technique in which events are presented out of a chronological order. Instead of showing the beginning, middle and end is a sequence, the story moves between different time periods using flashbacks, memories and parallel events. This technique requires the audience to participate actively. Viewers must connect different scenes and gradually builds the complete story in their minds. Unlike a linear narrative where everything is explained immediately, a non-linear narrative delays information, mystery, curiosity and suspense. As each new scene appears, our understanding of previous scenes changing. Maharaja film uses this technique very effectively. Every flashback adds new meaning and slowly reveals the truth behind the central mystery, making the viewing experience more engaging and emotional powerful. Next is linear clarity versus non-linear curiosity. A linear narrative events in a simple sequence from the beginning to the end. This makes the story easy to follow because the audience receives all the information in the correct order. In contrast, a non-linear narrative does not follow a straight timeline. It jumps between the past and the present through flashbacks, memories and delayed revelations. This structure creates curiosity and suspense because the audience does not know the complete truth at the beginning. As new information is revealed, viewers are forced to rethink what they have already seen. This active participation makes the films more engaging and effectively rewarding. And time features. Maharaja film directed by Nithilan Saminathan is one of the best examples of non-linear storytelling in recent Indian cinema. The film begins with a mysterious complaint about stolen objects. At first, the audience believes that the object is ordinary. However, as the story progressive, flashbacks gradually reveal the real importance of these objects. Every new scene changing our understanding of the previous ones. The film carefully hides and reveals information to build suspense and emotional impact. This proves that editing is not just a technical process but a powerful storytelling device. Then next is editing timeline. The editing timeline of the Maharaja constantly shifts between the past and the present. Each transition is carefully placed to reveal new information at the right moment. Instead of giving the answers immediately, the film allows the audience to discover the truth step by step. The fragmented editing pattern builds tension, maintains curiosity, and keeps the viewers emotionally involved. By controlling the flow of time, the editor shapes how the audience thinks, feels, and interprets the story. This is why editing becomes the most important storytelling technique in Maharaja film. And next is close framing signals. The cinematography of Maharaja plays a vital role in supporting the non-linear narrative. Close-up shots captures the facial expression emotions of the characters, allowing the audience to connect with them on the deeper level. Careful framing does over attention to small visual details that becomes important later in the film. Sound design is equally important. Silence is used to increase tension, while background music builds suspense and guides the audience through emotional moments. Together, the visual and sound creates the rich cinematic experience that strengthens the storytelling. Then, micro-analyzes timelines. To understand a non-linear sequence, we identify the flashbacks or the shift in time. Next, we examine how the editing, cinematography, and sound work together in that particular scene. We then analyze how this cinematic technique, visual influence audience interpretation and emotional response. This step-by-step method helps us understand not only what the film shows but also how it communicates meaning through cinema. And that to conclude, Maharaja demonstrates how a non-linear narrative can transform a simple story into a powerful cinematic experience. Through its fragmented editing, cinematography, sound design, and visual storytelling, the film creates suspense, emotional depth, and active audience participation. From a film studies perspective, Maharaja film proves that editing is not just a technical process but a creative and powerful storytelling tools. Then this is my reference uses in this presentation, and thank you.